Let's talk about why we check mirrors while we're driving. And I don't just mean while you're learning to drive and for a driving test. You're taught to check mirrors for a very, very good reason. And the reason for that is that you need to know what is going on around you at all times before you make any difference to what you're doing. So that could be a change of speed or a change of direction. And if you don't check your mirrors and somebody's doing something that they shouldn't be doing, which, okay, yeah, you could blame the other person, but you know we're all responsible for keeping safe and keeping everybody else safe. It's a collective responsibility. So, for example, you might think, well, why do I need to check a mirror before I brake for traffic lights? It's not just a case of before you brake for traffic lights, for example. So if you're coming to a set of traffic lights and you're not turning left or right, you might only need to check your rear view mirror, but it's about when you check it. So if you just think, oh, I'll just check before I brake, yeah, that might still be too late. So if you check, say, when you see the set of traffic lights, so as soon as you see the set of traffic lights, before you're even thinking about braking, you can assess the vehicle behind you, how close they are. So if that vehicle's really close, because in reality we can't stop people from travelling too closely behind us, but if they're really close, you can start braking earlier. Not enough to brake hard, not enough for them to go in the back of you, but enough for them to see your brake lights, and then they are aware then that you are braking. They're aware that you're slowing down. They're aware of your intention to slow down at a reasonable level and not at the reckless level that they might be using. And that can have a big effect on overall safety. And another thing, really, I mean, if you check your mirror, but if you keep staring in that mirror and getting nervous that person is behind you, then you're not going to be looking in front and you're more likely to brake hard, you're more likely to have somebody to go in the back of you. So if you just check your mirror and do what you need to do, and you do it safely and use a safe procedure to do it, then if that person then runs into you, it's on them. But we need to do everything that we can to avoid it from happening. So that's changing speed. When you also changing speed is when you reduce your speed for any reason, you check your mirror. So anything's about to change in front of you, you're reading your road. You can see a junction further down, you might see a car pulling out. You know that they've pulled out too soon, you're going to have to brake. But check your mirror or mirrors before you see that junction. When you see that car, anticipate what they're going to do. And checking your mirrors is part of your anticipation. When you increase your speed, it's good to check your mirror. Why do you think you might need to check your mirror when you increase? Now, a lot of people ask me that question. What difference does it make? I'm increasing my speed anyway. But you could see somebody trying to overtake you. And if you see somebody like that, or you see that somebody's got intentions to try and overtake you, then you know that if they're going to do that, you know just to keep your speed low while they get past. Because if you increase your speed as well, and they're determined, then they're more likely to perhaps have a head-on collision with somebody else. And that is the same when you're changing direction. So when you're changing direction, yes, you check your rear view mirror, the one on the inside of your car, but you also need to check your appropriate door mirror. So, for example, you're coming down a road, there's parked cars. Don't just check when you get to the parked car, check before, check as soon as you see the parked cars. So you would check your centre mirror followed by your right mirror. And again, like I've just said, if somebody is then overtaking you, you can then just hold back and let them do it and let them put themselves in danger without putting you in danger. And then the risk is then minimised. I mean, you can't cut out risk from other people's stupidity, if you want to call it that, or recklessness. And you might pass the parked cars, you might move back in. So a quick check to your left, you want to check that you're clearing the car, that you know you're not going to hit it on the way in. And also there might be kids around on bikes, that kind of thing. So checking your mirrors for every possibility, whether it seems likely or not, is necessary. When you're changing lanes on a motorway or a dual carriageway, you need a directional mirror check before you make that move. So yes, you check your mirrors, you put your signal on, you do a final mirror check and a very quick chin to shoulder blind spot check, just to make sure there's nobody in your blind spot, because that is necessary for all-round safety. So it's not just a thing that you do on your driving lessons or just do to satisfy the examiner. You're doing them for a reason. You're doing them to keep safe, and it's all part of your awareness and anticipation. And I will probably do more videos on awareness and anticipation as well, but that is specific to mirror checks. And do your mirror checks, keep safe, and be a good driver.